Hey guys, Brixenta here bringing you another tutorial. This one is how to do a blue wing. This one I will be using Tarte Amazonian Clay Pot Liner and a Tarte liner brush. Enjoy. Alright guys, I'm going to show you how I do my blue eyeliner. It's a cobalt blue and I absolutely love it. It's my favorite thing. That's pretty much what I do almost every day. So here we go. You need two things. You need an eyeliner brush and you need eyeliner. What I use is the Tarte eyeliner brush. It's great because it has this angled end, which is what I normally use, but it also has a straight end and it's a little bit more narrow, tiny bit more narrow than the other end, and if I make a little bit of a mistake I can just push it over with this end. It's usually clean, so I can just push it over with that end, or you could probably even put a little makeup remover and then just swipe that into wherever your little mistake is and dry it off and try it again. So the second thing is this Tarte Amazonian Clay Pot eyeliner in cobalt blue. This is the only blue that I've found that is a good blue, at least good for me, and works really well. And I didn't think that I would like the little pots of eyeliner, but I am in love with this one and it works wonderfully. So let me show you how it works. Let me zoom in a little more. Alright, so you want to start. My pot is sad. I need a new one. You kind of want to make your brush so that it's pretty flat, and you can do that just by pressing it against your skin or a little bit. If it's a brand new brush, probably won't go flat, but that's okay, because when you get into your clay and when you get into your eyeliner pot, what you'll do is you'll rub the eyeliner on there, get it on both sides, and then you can take the side of the pot and you can rub it against there to kind of make the brush flat. And I don't know if you can tell, but I actually ended up picking up some chunks. So you want to make sure you get all those chunks out and make sure it's really smooth. So if it's not a brand new pot, it might take a little bit of working with to get it like that. But you want to make sure both sides have a fair amount of eyeliner on. You want to make sure both sides have a fair amount of eyeliner on the brush, because otherwise you're going to get annoyed with dipping back and forth, or at least I do. Maybe you won't. I don't know. I try to dip back and forth as little as possible. So when I first go in, I make sure it's coated on both sides. Once I go towards the tip, I only do one side so that I don't get it everywhere. Oopsie. Let's see how well I can do this. I may actually have to start with this side. When I do my eyeshadow, I take a little brush. I take a little tiny brush. I take a little tiny dense brush. This one's pinched, and it's just a little tiny guy, and I take whatever eyeshadow I use either in the outer corner, or I take a blue, which is what I did here, and I put it under there, and then I take my eyeshadow up so that I have a little bit of a guideline before I put my eyeliner down, and that just helps you know where you're gonna go with your eyeliner. So you take your eyeliner and you go, I don't even know if you can see this, hopefully you can, and you go right along that guideline you made, and then I go out a little more and then just make a triangle, and I go a little bit along the lash line, but not very much because I have pretty hooded eyes, so I don't like to go all the way over because I don't think it looks good on me. I just think it thickens that lash line up. What little space I already have there, it thickens it up too much. So I only take the triangle about not even a quarter of the way from the outer corner to my eyelid, and then I take about to my pupil a little bit flatter line. It's still a little bit of an angle, but it's a little bit flatter, closer to the lash line. And then you're gonna go in again and you're gonna go over it again and just clean it up, make sure it's opaque and not patchy. This is really good about not being patchy or anything like that. So then you're just gonna do the same thing on the other side, and I'll be back with you in a minute. Okay, so there's the first one. I made it really pointy today. I might end up changing that a little bit. But you're just gonna have your point wherever you want that. So when you open your eye, wherever you want that point at, that's the angle that you're gonna go from the outer corner of your eyelid towards your brow bone. I don't like to go all the way to my brow bone. I think that looks weird, but you can go however far you want. And you're pretty much gonna make a diagonal line. Your line's gonna get really close to your lash line when you get right in here, and it's gonna get thinner and thinner. It takes practice, so don't worry. And don't worry if they're not exactly the same, because most people, they're not exactly the same, because it's hard to do them both exactly the same. So you're just gonna drive yourself crazy if you try to make them the same. But make them as close as you possibly can, or just go with whatever you have. So I'm gonna finish up and I'll be right back. Alright, so here is my finished look. I rounded out that edge just a little bit. What I did with this side is I made it a little too far out that way and a little too pointy. This is a much better look, I think. I don't know if you can even tell if they're different or not. The lighting's not the greatest, but if you can see, this curves up just a tiny bit. For whatever reason, I have a much easier time doing my left side than my right side. I have a hard time with my right side. I don't know why. So when you're done with your brush, you want to make sure to clean it off, otherwise it gets hard and crusty and nasty. What I do is I just take a makeup remover wipe and I just clean the excess off there. Then when I'm done cleaning it off, what I like to do is I like to press the brush between the cloth and my finger so that it's nice and flat when it dries, so that it's still soft and pliable when you go to use it the next time, but I have a much easier time flattening it out and getting it to the shape that I want when I go to apply it next time. This is just something I do. It's probably a weird thing to do, but it helps me, so that's what I do. Alright, so there's the finished look of both of my eyes, and then when you're done, you just take and you put some mascara on and you're good to go. By the way, guys, when I put mascara on, I like to put it on the top of my eyelashes. That way it covers any of the eyeshadow that got on there, as well as I feel like it helps when you go to do your mascara. It helps flip them up. I don't even use an eyelash curler, so I don't know if maybe that's why it helps me. I don't know, but there's a tip for you. Who else makes really funny faces when they put eye mascara on? So there you have the finished look. That mascara just really makes it pop. And see how everything is drawn to the corner because I didn't put that line all the way across. And you see how hooded my eyelids are. because if I put that line all the way across, my eyelid would pretty much disappear. So there's the finished look, guys. I hope you found this tutorial helpful and easy to follow. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that vlog. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, leave a comment below and let me know. I'd love to connect with you. Hit subscribe on this channel button if you would like to see more of these videos. I love you guys so much, and as always, dream big.